Hello everyone. Tonight I'm going to review a M Night Shyamalan movie called O. It is again like I'm starting off by saying it is an M Night Shyamalan movie, and I coined the term for him known as Schrodinger's director, meaning like he's like any of his movies are both most I like all of his movies are both excellent as well as horrible at the same time, and like you need to go watch the movie to find out if they're like excellent, if it is either excellent or like horrible or like some case like both. And so that's the beauty of his movies. And like I really liked the first movie I ever watched from him was Science, and I got instantly hooked. The next movie, the second and third movies that I would watch was like the Sixth Sense or something. And like after that, like you think like he would just go on to become the next Spielberg or something, but like his career just went down. And one of the next movie, the like one of the recently good movies that I watched about him was like The Devil, or like something called The Elevator, where like six people are stuck in an elevator, and like that was a really good movie. So he's like most of his movies are either a hit or a flop, or like in some cases both. You have to go watch it to kind of like to see what's happening. In this movie Old, it stars like a couple who was like going on a trip to Mexico to wind up, or Mexico or some Latin American country, to have like a vacation, and they're in the middle of a divorce or whatever. And a few other things are happening simultaneously, like a few other couples, and like a few other couples are also there in that resort, and they're getting sent to like they're also in this resort, and they're everyone the tour guide in that resort, they suggest they visit like a private beach for them to kind of like unwind and relax. And they said that beach is private and it's really awesome, and they need to kind of like check it out. And when they go to the beach, everything goes hunky dory, and the tour guy says like he'll come back to pick them up at evening or whatever. But as hours goes by, like they start to the kids they start to get older and older. And for adults you don't notice this, but like for adults, like the faces kind of like remains the same. It is only the internal organs that get older and older. So it's like some people like look at me and say like, are you kind of like 18 or 19? But like I just tell them, no dude, I'm like 30. And they're kind of like blown away by that. So it's like for adults you can't like tell by the face, it's just the internal organs. And they're getting a little bit older and older. And the kids, they're rapidly getting older, and it like looks obvious that they're getting older. And one of them, throughout the course of the movie, one kid from the one couple and another kid from another couple, they both like become 18, they get pregnant. The girl gets pregnant, and the boy is kind of like and after she gets pregnant, she kind of like delivers the baby in a minute. So time is like speeded up in this movie. So they try their best to escape this like place where like they're racing against time, where like they keep on getting older and older like by the minute. And they figure out by if in 24 or 48 hours they're going to become like corpses, they're going to become like skeletons or whatnot. So they're trying their best to escape. And there was this one like Hispanic kid like in the resort who gave a hint to one of the kids, saying that like the my dad doesn't like coral reefs, or my dad doesn't like this or whatever. So the kid who kind of like gives the hint, they tell them about like a place or like a evacuation point, like that takes them off the beach or whatever. And finally like it's find out like this is a research facility where like they try to stand off like patients in this remote like beach, where like they're using them as test subjects, but like for the greater good of like these people when they die, like they're researching how diseases grow really faster, and like they're killing all these people essentially to advance their like medical research. And while in advancement of the medical research, they believe it is for the greater good. So it's kind of like a it's almost like in one way like a World War II Holocaust movie or whatever. Like the human mind is conditioned to not do bad things, so essentially it only does good things. But like if you convince some group of people that like it is for some greater good, then they kind of like it sidelines their logic. It kind of like creates a blind spot in their logic where like they then try to go for the greater good. So this is a movie kind of like that. So it's a very interesting take on the human condition as well, and it's a good movie where like you kind of like understand why the bad guys are motivated to do what they did, and also the good guys are like kind of like how they're stuck in the situation. And it also tells a story about like when you're stuck in a place and you have to make rapid decisions. Sometimes like because of the flight or flight mode, you sometimes you actually make the best decisions, and like you kind of like create this tenacity to kind of like escape, and this forces your brain to actually go into hyperdrive and make all the correct decisions. So in a way like it tells us like when you're in a tough spot, like how the human brain immediately adapts to situations, and it kind of like does its best to thrive and like escape in that situation. All in all, like the movie is like very fast paced, and you do not like every single every single section of the movie you kind of like keep getting engaged, so you're never like in that dull moment. You're always like what's happening next, what's solving next. And that's one of the beauties of M. Night Shyamalan movies. He is always keeping you guessing what's going to happen, what's going to happen, and what's going to happen. And in this movie he delivers perfectly. So I recommend you go watch this movie. It's worth watching multiple times. Like you can get like a Blu-ray DVD like for this movie or whatnot, and like share it with your friends. It's actually a really great M. Night Shyamalan movie. And as Todd director, he has not disappointed this time. Thank you. Signing out.